All right. Yes. No coaches, no boxing, the podcast. All right. Tonight we have a hot topic, we have a super guest, and we are going to enjoy. First of all, let me give a round of applause for amazing Alex Arthur. Come on. Boom. Yeah. Here we go. Alex, how are you?
I'm very well, brother. How are you?
I'm cool. Cool. And this is the second time that you are here, my guest in my podcast. So very happy to have you all the time. And tonight, you see, as you guys can see, we're playing gangsters. Where's your
Yeah,
shades?
we're
Where-
wearing
where-
Italian flat caps.
yeah. Where's your shades? We agreed about
With
with
the
the
colours,
shades.
with the
Where's this?
colours. Oh, I don't own any shades. I don't own shades. I have such thick eyebrows, they protect me from the sun.
All right. Cool. So, coaches, now I saw already before some of our colleagues dropping some message in the chat. I want to remind to you all that we are live and you can speak with us through the chat. And I can see I organize myself very well tonight. I have the chat on my right side. So if you drop a message, I will make sure to reply. And also, if you have questions, if you want to add something, I will I will read what you are what you want to add during the podcast, and then we will make it real. Now, Alex, do we want to introduce our music? Yes. That was very cool. Are you ready? So, and then after the
Yep.
music, we can start because now we have the music. And here, that's how we do. No coaches, no boxing. Whoa. Yeah. That's how we like. Yeah. Come on. Woo. Boxing coaches. Alex Arthur, yes, Triple A, and as always, he is amazing. Super. Now this is the first time that we go live together, but we are pros. We fear nothing and nobody, isn't it?
Yeah, fact. Zero.
Super. So, Alex, let's run straight away into our topic. Our topic tonight is the role of the coach. And as we are doing right now from through my YouTube channel, I want to really turn it into a academy free for all the coaches where to find all education as possible, all topics. And now, soon as possible, we will introduce lectures after lectures, and then we will do lives where we will be discussing topics, issues, news, whatever. And then soon, I think it could be fun, Alex, with you to discuss also about this. Okay, if we want to call it fight, it's really, it's. I don't know how to. Anyway, Mike. That let's say just Mike, because I don't want to associate any other one with the name of Mike Tyson. It's just Mike. That's it. Mike Tyson is only him. So we don't say any other name because no one truly deserved to be next to him. But anyway, it will be fun to discuss at some point also this kind of event. Let's call it like this. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a topic everyone in the boxing world is talking about this. So, I it's something we should probably touch on, as former boxers as well, me and you, obviously. I think that the the change in boxing and events like this are really changing the sport in a big way, I believe.
Yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree because what is missing right now, and then we go into the topic, is the fact that we are losing the control of the reality. Because there is a reality in any sport, there is a lot of grinding, which make sense. It's not just now I can skip the things, no, but that's not the same. So you need to go through this kind of struggles, because first of all, those struggles make you a fighter. No, not the media, not the lights,
No, no,
not
no,
the
nothing like
money,
this. No, no, no,
you know.
no. And also, I believe these struggles make you a very good coach as well.
Of course, of
I
course.
believe if you've experienced these struggles, you'll be a much better coach
Of
overall.
course, of course. The point, and now we jump. We did a very good bridge into our topic. So the point is that you also need to have certain skills to turn into a coach after your athlete career. In our case, of course, a boxer, fighter, because it's not the same. It's not just being in the ring, enough. Then you need to have more skills, because the requirement are very high. And this is what I'm very happy to discuss today, because I want to take this opportunity again to reassure all the coaches that are working in the right way that they are in the right way, but also the ones that are not doing the right way. We are not going to attack them. That's not my style. Because, as I always explain, remember, if someone is doing something wrong, it might be that this guy needs help. And most of the time, coaches find themselves in a position maybe of power where they are not supposed to be, and to cover up the fact that they know deep inside they shouldn't be there, then they mess up. And what always happen in our coaches community, we start, of course, to create friction, to attack them, instead of trying to understand what we could do to fix the situation. It is very difficult, because as we are always dealing with emotions when we are coaching, always also when we are in our environment, let's say professional environment, so talking about our colleagues, there that's where emotion again, boom, step in, and the fact turn very difficult to manage, because it's not a clear mind trying to find a solution, but just the emotions that try, of course, to mess up a situation that is already messed up. This is just food for thoughts, because my mission is always try to lead anyone to stay together. Unification is my dream. It's difficult, I know. Sometimes I might sound, like crazy, because I think, I believe that we could really be unified. But that's my dream, and I will not stop fighting for it, because I truly believe. And then and there will I pam boom, and then I jab you, and then you counter and see what you drop me. What do you think? Come on.
Fantastic. I mean, really, when you think about the coaching structure and what the coach has to do and who he has to be for the boxer, uh, it's maybe one of them, if not maybe the most important role in boxing. It could be the most important role in the whole sport, because I believe that the boxer will almost always follow the suit of the coach that he trusts and believes in. If he believes in the coach, he's going to follow all of his ways and he's going to listen to everything he says. So it's super, super important that you do everything the best way that you can, so the boxer has the best chance possible to not just be victorious, but to be a good person and to do things properly. Um, and I think that this is one of the most important things in the sport.
Yeah. Absolutely. The role of the coach I mean, that's why, guys, remember, no coaches, no boxing. I didn't drop it just as a funny, words and or something, that was nice to hear. No, that's exactly as it is. And then, yes, it
Yeah,
turned into a motto. I'm fighting for this, because no coaches, no boxing. It says what it says. Finish, finito, clear and
yeah,
simple, because the coaches are
yeah,
the ones that are leading the sport in any kind of place. Now, if there is any change of rules, who you need to make this rule happen to be an official rule? You need the coach that will go to the gym, will teach to the boxers how to
Yeah.
respect this rule. Then when the boxers they go into a competitions, this rule will exist because people know that this is a rule that is official and must be respected. So who is teaching all the changes? Who is literally explaining and make sure that the boxers are ready to compete on a certain level, following certain strategies, understanding what they can do, what they cannot do? It's a coach.
Yeah. There's so many roles that the coach has to play, that the very good coach he has to play. He's a boxing coach. He's the pastor. He's a father. He's a nutrition specialist. He's a physiotherapist. He's everything. There's so much things that the very good coach has to attain to be successful and to pass to the boxers. There's so many things the coach has to be. The boxer just has to be the boxer, but the coach has to be so many things.
Yes, yes, and I would like to add also financial advisor, relationship
There you go.
counselor.
Yeah, you can
There
go
is
on
many,
and on
many.
and on
Yeah,
all day with the coach.
yes,
Yeah,
and then the fact is that the coach is a 24 hours a day work, and not only. This is what we had a chat on Twitter days ago, and then I joined this discussion, and I said yes, the coach, my way of thinking is this: a coach is a 24 hours role. What it means that you cannot quit to be a coach, because it's so important, this role as a leader in the community, not only in the gym. Everyone said the coach is a teacher, the coach is a leader. He represents something. Wherever you go, everyone, oh, look, the coach. So if you have on your shoulders a responsibility which is huge, and that's why I want all the coaches to understand it. You go to the petrol station. If you will just speak bad to someone there, they will say, the coach did that. Then if the coach can do that, I can do the same, because we are always teaching. So we cannot we cannot leave our emotions have the best of us, because this means that we are not ready to be coach. You are
yeah,
teaching. What are we teaching? This is always what I ask to myself, because we need to be introspective also and analyze ourselves. If I'm doing something wrong, I say, did I do it wrong? And this is not weak. This is strength, meaning that, okay,
yeah,
this time I did it right. I didn't do it right. I want to do it right. So next time will be better, because now I have an experience. So putting yourself all the time through an analysis, that helps you to get stronger. It's not
yeah, for sure.
weakness, because to admit
No,
I
it's
did something
definitely not.
wrong, it takes courage.
Yeah,
What do you
very
think?
much so. It takes so much courage, and of course, you're in a position where you have so much control and so much power that you have to make sure that you're using this correctly, because the responsibility of the coach. We have boxers. We have maybe the most dangerous sport maybe in the world. Also, we have full control over this. So, like you said earlier, Gabriel, 24 hours per day, you have to be the coach. You can't really take the time away from being the coach, especially when there is maybe major competition coming up, and you can't afford to be taking any time off at all. You need to be on the ball 100% every day, fresh, fit, and ready to work hard as well. Because in the gym, the coach has to work hard also, and you have to understand all the different styles of the different boxers, the characteristics, the personality. You have to take the time to understand this as well. And if you don't have these attributes, then maybe you're in the wrong place.
100%, 100%. It's a non-stop, and we also, the big responsibility that we have is the life of a boxer, and this is where it turns difficult and different in our sports, in all the fighting sports. Any coach really is responsible for the life of a person.
Yes.
And many times people think that they can be coaches, not understanding that someone could lose the life and they are responsible. This is a sport where this can happen. Even if you are a good coach, a great coach, a best coach,
Yeah.
can happen already by default. So we know that. But if you are not, so you need to ask for help, and you need to be not arrogant, thinking that you know everything. Just ask to someone that has more experience and improve yourself. Here, we will give as much as possible lectures and teaching you everything. But then, on the field, you need experience on the field. You need to watch, you need to learn. You need also to have this kind of understanding of what's happening in the head of a boxer, in the heart of a boxer. Because, in the heart
Very much.
is where it's very difficult sometimes. And if we didn't have this kind of experiences, sometimes we could be, let's say, tricked by our boxers and not understanding what they're doing, which could be, yeah, 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 coach, I'm ready, I want to do that one. But then it's
Yeah.
not. And then in the ring is where you cannot lie. In any sport, you cannot.
No, no,
Yes or no, Alex?
especially the ring, because in the ring there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to hide. You can't escape. There is if the preparation isn't perfect and the training program wasn't ideal, and of course again we can go on all day and speak about all the tiny intangibles that it takes. Just one thing wrong, one mistake is all it takes to lose a major match, or like the worst case scenario, get very badly hurt. Because these things are,
Yes.
again, they're all possible in the ring. So, the coach has this responsibility, and for me as well, obviously I'm coach to my sons. So, I understand them very well, and I know how they best operate. I know their internal feelings. I know their beliefs, and you have to use this to your advantage as well to bring the best from them. So if you have to know each individual boxer very well in lots of many ways, what they have physically, what they have emotionally, what they have internally, their beliefs. A coach has to know all of these things to be really successful, I believe.
100%. And we have a question, Alex, from Georgios Yerlomides. Georgios is one of my instructors, and we work very close together. Is the one that is taking care about the researchers about the concussion, second syndrome impact,
Yeah. Wow.
you went through this education because you
Yeah.
were also a student of mine during the course last year. So Georgios is asking, uh, let me see here, what we mean with the horology good coach. Which are the specification of a good coach? What's your opinion? So I think, Georgios, that sorry for this movement, but I wanted to let the question be heard. I think we already said something about it, but I leave it to you again to drop a couple of more idea. He's yes, and then I can add something, Alex, as you are our
So
guest, so you come
he
first.
specifically he's asking exactly what is the most important role of the coach? Huh?
Nah, he's saying which are the specifications of a good coach. What's your opinion? We already said a lot of
What are
stuff.
the specific? Yeah, what are the specifications of a good coach? Well, first, I believe that a good coach has to be a very, very good role model.
Cool.
I
That's a
think he
good one.
has to be morally correct. I think he has to be honest. I think he has to also be very disciplined. I think a good coach has to be almost as disciplined as the boxer. I don't believe that the good coach can lack discipline, or that he can let himself behave certain ways where it's going to affect the boxer. So I believe that also the coach has to be physically in good condition. This is what I believe. I know there's coaches out there, they're not in very good condition and they have successful boxers, but I believe that the coach has to be in good physical condition. I believe that he has to carry himself very well. Uh, he has to understand the nature of each boxer individually as well. If you have a team, some people, they just have one boxer, but if you have a team, you have to understand each individual athlete. And I think you have to put some time into this. So there is an understanding that the coach feels and the boxer feels like they have a personal relationship where they know each other very well. I think this also brings the best out of the boxer
Yes,
very much.
100%. And I would like to add something regarding discipline. I think that the coach must be more disciplined than the boxer, because the coach is the one. This
Wow.
is the way I teach. Okay, because we lead by example. I must be the most disciplined one, because otherwise, how can I explain to my boxer to be disciplined? Let's say simple stuff. Let's say I want you all to be perfectly in time, and I get upset if you're not in time, but then I'm always late. I don't have
Like
excuses.
me.
You okay? How you drive me crazy. Okay. Boom. And we have a joke. That's a ba 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 ba. That's what he does all the time. He drives
So
me
good.
crazy. He's amazing. I mean, okay, let's go into the some details, so we also make laugh our audience. Alex, is always seeking, some answers from me, and then I need to run after him to give him the answers, but like for days. I mean, I said I didn't have any problems to speak with Berlusconi, but with you, it's a problem. Amazing, truly,
I'm like
truly.
I'm like the annoying I'm like the annoying little brother that you have.
Yes. And
This
then,
is
then
this is true.
vroom, he dropped and then, because, and then you see, that's where we go back to our topic, because then I'm disciplined, and if he asks me something, then I feel the responsibility to reply to you as soon as
Yeah, you
possible.
do, yeah, yeah,
But then
you do.
I need to really seek him. Hey, 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 hey! Look! Answer to the phone. Unbelievable. And he's a king of excuses. I know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. I said, come on. Laughing is the best
It's
therapy.
true. It's true.
But yes,
It's true.
what I was saying, discipline. I mean, everyone has their own, of course, style. In my style, which is discipline, is absolutely mandatory from myself first, because I need to show an example. I'm always the first arriving anywhere. If I say the time, then if we're in championships, I go to knock out the door, and all the boxers and coaches, they can tell you. I go bam 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 to make sure that everyone, is waking up. If we have to go to, yes, because I mean, discipline is discipline. If we say, I mean, we don't do
No, of
this, we don't
course.
do that, I'm the first, because I will not feel okay asking something to the coaches or the boxers, and I'm not doing it. That's absolutely not correct. I ask only things that I firstly do myself, because otherwise I'm not credible. This is what I think in
Yeah.
my way of teaching.
No, yes, and it's the perfect way to be, and to be really honest, Gabriel, you're the perfect example of the the coach who can teach coaches. This is my personal opinion. I don't like to give you the big head even more, because you already think that you're the greatest, and maybe you are, but uh, but you're the perfect person. You're the perfect example of the coach who can teach coaches. This is what I believe.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, I don't think I'm the greatest. I think I'm the butler, and this is true because also Georgios, that is one of my instructors, and he's a super instructor. But always when they call, hey chairman, I say, yeah chairman, I'm the butler, because I do the things for everybody to make sure that everyone is okay, and then I end up
Yeah,
always
yeah,
not being, because I feel the role of responsibility as real as it is responsibility. So you need to do it. It's
yeah,
just not you sit down and then you play, cool, I am someone. No, I am not nothing. I am nothing. I'm someone that has to do. I feel the mission. This is why
yeah,
I put a lot of passion. That's why I suffer when things don't go right, for all the coaches, or the projects are not are not accepted, because I know what the coaches need. I suffer because I care and I truly love. This is a mission for me. We have something else. Mohammed, coaching is a very hard career. Yes, absolutely. We agree with you. And of course, now we have a emoji here laughing like crazy from Georgios. Of course, he's laughing at me. It's because I'm the butt, because it's true. It's true. Then also that George, did you do that? Ah, no, sorry, but this is for you. It's not for me. So I need to make sure really everything. It's but this is me. This is the way I do, and I do really like. To take care of people, and to make sure that, because we need to fight, and being the leader in this moment for Europe and the world, it's not just something that I think, yeah, I'm cool. No, it's
no, no,
a
no, no. It's
first,
very, very
first.
important role. Very
And
important.
but I mean, I'm a fighter. Then when I try to do things for us, I go and fight. This is why this might be good in sometimes, and also some other times can be bad, because people might not like the strength that I have, and that I continue, because I mean, a fight is a fight. I know what means fighting.
Yeah, you're aggressively passionate
Yeah.
about what you do, and you need to do it. You need to do it perfectly. You have this thing in your mind. You have to do everything perfectly. Even we were making the joke. You were making the joke about the phone calls and trying to, this is the way you are. You're never going to change. You just have this fire inside you, that when you have to do something, you just have to do it. You cannot rest. Sometimes I'm like, oh, there he is again, man. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I said, Gabriel, I'll get you in 5 minutes. And you're like, you cannot do this. You need to right away. You're just attack all the time.
That's how we do. That's how you get results. I mean, and this is what I always say. I mean, if you want something, if you want it, trust me, you're gonna have it. But if you say you want it, but deep inside you don't, this will be shown.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like the boys always say to me as well. Dad, the phone is. It's Gabriel again. He's ringing again. I say, oh, just leave him just now. I'll call him in 5 minutes.
Luckily, I
Dad,
know.
he's number. You have to answer that. He's number one guy in IBA, chairman for the coaches. You need to answer Gabriel. I say, 5 minutes.
And for something that he needs from me, not that I'm calling from
Yeah,
something I
yeah,
need
yeah,
from him. This
exactly,
is to make it clear. That's why he's funny and we are laughing. So he needs something from
exactly.
me, and then he doesn't answer.
So So here we go. So we now we're gonna maybe I'm gonna reverse the roles here on you. So I become Gabrielle now, and you become Alex. So if we're in a huge seminar,
All right.
and all of the coaches from across the world are there, and you have to choose 3 topics to tell the coaches, the most important 3 topics that you have to pass to the coaches to tell them that this is what they need to do and be to be the most successful they can be. What would they be, Gabriel? What would the 3 main things be?
For
Now
sure,
I'm the interviewer.
discipline for sure, emotional control,
Yeah.
and development, and continue to develop yourself,
Okay.
and with open mind, and never feel arrogant, and feel always, as I say, that the motto that I use for the courses,
Yeah.
know, saying that you know because you know that you don't know, as Socrates said.
Yeah.
This is
Yes. Yeah.
all
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah.
and that you go, if you have to choose 3, 100% those 3.
Okay. So when we say discipline, what would this include for you?
Discipline is everything. Because an example, I still, and I tell you about something about myself, as a person, I still living and thinking as an athlete. The way I eat, the way I train, the way I do the things, everything is discipline. Because every day, when you constantly repeat, like when we need to learn something, like a movement, in any sport, and especially in boxing, repetitions, repetitions, repetitions.
Yeah.
Discipline is
Yeah.
constantly
100%.
to
I agree
repeat,
so much with this.
repeat, and repeat. And then, an example, I do every day. I keep saying, I keep doing 16 hours, of fasting, and then I don't eat earlier. I don't care if there is any change of plans. That's my routine, and the routine will be followed. So these things, they help you to be stronger here. And then, people, you don't have to say what you're doing. That's why we lead by example. They will notice the way you do. You don't have to tell, I do this and this, because it will be shown by your attitude. An example, if you say,
Yeah.
the food is always a very good example of discipline, because it's where, it's difficult. And I see, and this is a topic that, with him here, it's very, very cool to take over, because I'm not gonna, let's say, talk about making weight or being in weight all year, because with him it makes nothing, because he will come and tell his story and will destroy completely what I'm going to say. Alex, how much you were waiting out of fight?
Oh, jeez. I
Here
don't.
we go. You
Embarrassed.
see?
I'm embarrassed to say. I'm embarrassed to say. Maybe like sometimes 20 kilograms. Terrible. So bad.
Alex, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I have here a message as
Okay.
we are live,
Oh,
because you're,
hold on. I just lost the screen. I just lost
yes,
you on the screen
refresh.
grab.
It's
Hold on.
saying here, the computer is saying to refresh your page from your side, and should be okay.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Let's see. Yes, let's see. That's what the computer is saying. Just refresh. Don't worry, guys. We hear that. That's the beauty of live. All the time, something can happen, and that's cool. It's a show, and
These things they happen.
I mean, it can happen. Yeah. Hey, here we go. But he's back. He's back. Super. All right. All right. All
Perfect.
right. We made it. See, because we are former boxers and coaches. What we do, we find a solution. Boom. Here we go. Huh?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yes.
I stole it. I stole it first.
Yeah. Amazing.
So good.
All right, all right.
So
So, yeah, that is what I'm saying. It's important, how you treat yourself, because the way you treat yourself, it's absolutely the way you will teach to anybody, to the coaches, and to the boxers. So I truly believe that we need to be the product that we want, that we want to sell.
yes, yes, yeah,
in first instance.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
I cannot
The
ask
coach has
to
to
a
be
boxer
100%. No.
to not to eat, certain things, and then, in front of him, or when I'm alone, even I cannot do it. No, I need to do it, because, and most of the
Yeah,
time, I will tell you that I see the boxers that cannot cope with what I do, with my determination and
wow,
discipline.
wow.
Because that's why you always need to be the top of the top, because you are
Yeah,
giving a service. So
yes.
if you are not, then it's just not the same. You can be
It's not the
good.
same throughout the preparation for the national championship with my sons. I lost 5 kilograms because I was making all their food and making sure that they were eating the right calories at the right times of the day, and they were getting the proper nutrients that they needed. But I was doing this with them. I wasn't doing this making them steak with asparagus and then I was eating the pizza.
Yeah.
I was doing the same as them. So I actually lost like 5 kilograms throughout the preparation. And, I think this is, again, something that if they see me do it also, then it's
Yeah,
going
of
to
course,
be,
of course.
it's
But
going to
let,
be
let, let,
easy.
let,
Yeah,
let,
yeah,
let, let
yeah.
me give you a joke. Did you report this 5 kilo missing to the police? Do you need help to find them back? Because we need to say, Alex, because that's why it's important to explain what you just said. Alex loved
Yeah,
the food, so doing this when
yeah,
it's not needed, and because he want to create empathy. They're their son, but they're their boxers in that moment.
yeah,
So he want to show that, look, yes, we are, as a team, we are making the weight, and respecting also our boxers, not to do these things in front of them, is absolutely the way
yeah,
where we also get respect in return.
yeah, yeah. And this as well, when it comes to the weekend and, it's Saturday evening and all of their friends, their normal friends in life, they can go out, they can go to the bar, they can go to the club, whatever, you know, they, they have to be, so on a Saturday night or whatever, I mean, I would stay there with them. We watch the live boxing on television. We'll stick strictly to the diet. I'm not going to go away and do the things I shouldn't be doing, because even at this time, when maybe I can, but I'm not going to do this. Even when they are in training camp, you can't live like this. They can't see this.
Yeah.
You have to be. That's the other discipline that the coach has. All, like we said before, 24 hours, all of the time. Not
Yeah.
sometimes, all of the time. You have to be on the ball.
Yes, an example. Now I have one of my instructors, who was, this is always makes me laugh. He's my mentor, but now life how moves. Now he's in my team of instructors, and he's in Azerbaijan, and I'm ready for him anytime if he needs anything. Days ago, in fact, he called me because he was panicking for something technological, and I was there, ready to answer the phone, because now in these days I'm on call, let's call it, because if something happened, because this is, it's not that I have to be this way. This is the way I feel about it, and the way I want to be, because I want to be present. I just don't want to be someone that just says I am. No, I want to be there. I want to do the things. I want to be ready to help you in if anything is needed. So, and same for the boxers. I remember, Alex, I had
Yeah,
some particular and complicated boxers, and sometimes until midnight we were talking, taking times from my wife, but he needed it. That's kind of dedication that all the coaches, I'm sure, they do, because that's what we do. When one of our boxers call, then you are there, and that's what is
yeah.
supposed to be. Because
I had this growing up as well. My coaches were absolutely fantastic. I mean, I owe so much to them as well. They were 1950s, 1960s professional fighters. And they had so much empathy for you when you were making the weight, and they knew how to make you feel better about your training, and they were just fantastic. And not just the physical and repetitious training sessions that we done. But everything outside of this, they were at the end of the phone, like you said. If I wanted to call them to talk about something, they were always there. And I feel so blessed to have had that when I was
Yeah.
boxing, because now when you speak to some of the young fighters across the globe, anywhere, they say that, the coach is only there at the gym. This is all, he's not there
Yeah.
any other time. And I think this is quite sad also,
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, it's difficult, but it's the matter of mission, the matter of how you see yourself as a coach, how you set yourself as a coach, what kind of coach you want to be. Because if you want to be like a business coach, then okay, there is a lot of boundaries and has to be like this. So you just want to make as a professional work, and just okay, this is a service, I'm selling a service, I give you the service, out of the service I'm not reachable. But when there is competitions, that's a different start, a different thing completely, because there is where
very
yes, we
much.
must have this kind of relationship, because as I said before, we have the life of people in our hands.
Yeah, and again, like watching you with the Malta team at the European Championships, you done all the training with them every single day. You were
Yes, we did, we did
boxing with them, not just telling them what to do, not telling them to skip or shadow box, or you were boxing with them like all of the time. Like
yeah,
that
there
is
we had
this is the way the coach should be.
that we had a lot of fun. We did also some light sparring all together. We tried as much as possible to be with them, to raise also the you know the mood as much as possible. This time, to be honest, the mood until almost going in the ring was very high, so higher than all the previous years. So
Yeah,
this
the
was
spirits look very good. Yeah,
yeah, this
very,
was
very
good.
good. The
Yes, yes,
spirits
yes,
look
yes.
good of all the boxers. Even when they done the small interviews, they always looked happy
Yeah.
and they looked confident. They also looked confident and they looked relaxed as well. And I believe this is probably, but no, not probably. This is because of you, I believe.
I
So
don't know this. We are working together since they were 13. 13 years old.
wow,
But then
wow,
this time
wow.
also I had Steve with me. That it's their club coach. It was the first time that he was
Yeah,
in a competition, in an official
that's
competition.
fantastic.
Then was
Fantastic.
Roland also. Roland already was with me several times. So now we because that's the point. I want to create a team. It's not just
Yeah,
about
of course,
me.
yeah.
I'm
And it's
there
very
to
good what
help
you
them.
done. Yeah, yeah, to help them. And it's very good what you done that you include the club coaches in the national setup, because I believe that certain club coaches, or most club coaches, being included in the national setup is going to make a massive difference to the confidence of the boxers, knowing that their club coach can be involved in the national setup. Not that the doors are closed and the coaches are not allowed in. No one is allowed in when they're here. They're here with only the national coaches. I believe it should be open door policy across the world for club coaches to be allowed to see what's happening with the national team. I believe it's really important,
Yes, yes. I
because
mean,
everyone can be both be doing wrong things. So, when everyone is united, it makes things much better, much better for the boxer, more confidence for the boxers, I believe very strongly.
yes. This is a very important topic that you just raised. I know a lot of movement all over the world, and I know that this is one of those topics that all the coaches has some complaint. This all over the world, okay? Especially when comes from the club and goes to the national team. This is absolutely understandable, but let's break it down, because this is important and it can help a lot of people also to think. An example: I had the opportunity, yes, to take the club coaches with me, and they are an example. Steve is is the coach of Dyson and Bradley. For years they came alone with me, because we couldn't take Steve. Okay, Steve couldn't come. Then Steve, for the years, then together with you, was in your course. Finally, did his 1-star examination. So this allowed him also to come in the corner, and this was the first opportunity. And sometimes there is situations where coaches don't have the certifications also to join in the corner, and that's one thing. Then sometimes, imagine that this is Malta is a small team, so for me it's easy now to say, okay, because I have only those boxers, and luckily me, the two coaches that have the 1-star and that can come with me are two on a side and two on the other side. So perfect, better than
Yeah, it's
this,
perfect.
I couldn't
Yeah,
ask,
yeah.
but
No,
let's break it down in a normal team. And normal, I mean in terms of number, where you go into the elite and you have 25 boxers, because you have 13 categories in the male and 12 categories in the female. So you have 25 boxers. You can, by the rules, only have a total amount of coaches. Okay, so imagine I think you can be six, if I'm not mistaken, in total, over 25. You cannot, you need to make choices. That's why there is the national team, team of coaches, and then there is the club coaches. When is possible, I believe that, of course, it's something that can give a lot of help. But what I think
yeah,
before that, because you see, that's why I want the coaches to listen all the teaching that we will give, because it's important to also analyze before letting our emotion just go on something that is just for us. We need to do our
yeah.
thinking. So imagine 25 people. You cannot have 25 coaches. It's not possible by the rules. It's
No,
not that someone doesn't want. So we need to understand this. So what I believe before, because before is the trick, when you are home. So depends, of course, how a country is organized. Where is, if they have facilities, let's say for the national team where they do the training camp, how far is the facilities from the club coach? So if you can go, and let's say if the head coach is open-minded and create a good relationship with the club coaches of the boxers he or she is interested, this is absolutely the way to do it, because this is a cooperation.
definitely.
Because what's happening, I want your boxer, but then I have your boxers for this limited time. I want your boxer to improve this and this, but then who is taking care of this? You. So I need to speak with you and make sure that me and
Of
you, we have an
course, yeah,
understanding. So I say, Alex, look, do you remember
100%.
do you remember
Yeah,
when I called you after Meclan is the son of Alex, and he was 6 times already Scottish champion. To this year, he lost the final in the youth. And what I told you, you remember what I told? Look, Alex, I think that we should have do, this and that, to make sure that the let's say oh mama, the better looking style was the Mecklin one,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So let's say I call you, say, "Hey, look, we need to improve this," because I speak with you, and I say we should do
yeah.
this and that. So because then you still the one, I can like you, I can dislike you, but you still anyways the one that will make work the kid. So it's
Yeah,
useless that I'm not having a good relationship with you, but this has to
yeah,
be mutual. It's not just from a side. Both the coaches, the head coach of the national team, or whoever you are talking to, and the club coach in this case, they must work together,
oh,
both of them.
100%.
You know,
So important, so
because
important.
it's not just that, because I hear a lot of things like the club coach is upset because the head coach is doing this and that. The head coach is the club. Okay, it's from the both, the effort must be put from the both of the sides. because it has
Yeah.
to be like this. It's not just I am, you are. No, no, because in that case, the head coach will be the one in the corner during that competition. And the coach will be the one that is truly teaching the whole time to improve and make sure that these improvements requested from the head coach are done. You saw it's a team, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, perfect explanation. You can't add anything to this. It's perfectly explained by yourself, and I think that this has to be. I think this has to be the way, as you said earlier, all everywhere, all over the world. I believe this has to be the way.
Yes.
Especially if the interest of the boxer is the main thing here. If the only the interest of the boxer, not the interest of the club coach, not the interest of the national coach, the interest of the boxer is the main thing. And
Absolutely.
if they have full interest in the boxer, they will develop this relationship strictly, just even if they don't like each other, just to make the boxer more successful for the country, for the prestige, for everything.
Yes. But it's important, even, when they don't like each other, it's responsibility of both the coaches, and I repeat, coaches, both the coaches, to find a point of view together to do what he just said for the country, for the boxer. But this has to be done. You don't have to like each other. Sometimes, through between coaches, this can happen. And you know that I always promote unification and being a team, a big family, because if we as coaches are united, no one can stop us, and I will never stop repeating it. But you need to work together. Yes.
Excellent, excellent,
All right,
excellent.
Alex, do you think that how did we do?
I think we done very well. I think that um, when I interviewed you, I think this was the best part of the podcast. I think I'm the best Gabriele. I just simply love talking with you.
we have the people laughing today, so we cannot. That was cool,
And we
cool.
chose the mafia hats. They're
Yeah,
cool.
because yeah,
The
that's
Torino
because we're
hats.
going to do damages. Laughing, coaches, laughing is important because our
Yeah,
sport especially is pretty tough, and it's not only the work that we put in the gyms and for our boxers. It's full of disappointment many times, and we know. So that's why we need to be strong, ready, and expect nothing but disappointments. I tell you why. Because then when things goes right, we can be surprised, but positively surprised.
pleasantly,
Yes,
positively, pleasantly,
exactly.
pleasantly
So
surprised. Yeah,
it's one of the most difficult sport to judge. And we always complain about the judges, but then we have to admit that it's very difficult, because if we
yeah,
speak with
it's very
five
difficult.
people,
Yeah,
everyone has a different opinion of the same fight. And
of course. Yeah, this is true. Yeah,
it's very difficult to assess the points, because and
yeah,
there is a lot, also because the level of the boxers nowadays is like through the roof. The speed, the power, the skills, you know it's not easy at all. It's not easy. We have our way of of judging when we see, from the point of view from the coaches, of course, that it's something. And 1 second. And of course, from the corner we have a point of view. But that's why we have five judges. But we need to understand that it's very hard. And why I want to say get ready for disappointment, because another skill of the coach is bam, always showing nothing. You are dying inside. You don't show it because, again, guess what? You are teaching. People are looking at you. Whether if you do like this, then you are you are letting understand your boxers and the families and the fans, whoever is looking, that doing this is okay. No, it's not. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. That's not the correct behavior. So you need to suck it up. That's how it is. That's no other ways to say. You need to suck it up. Bam, being professional, being cold. Thank you so much. Then you go, you cry when you are alone or you get upset. But then, no, that's how I do, Alex. That's how I do. Because we cannot afford to let the people see our emotions.
No, we
because
can't.
that's
No,
weakness.
never.
That's a weakness.
Of course, yeah.
If we get upset,
like the boxer's mentality,
exactly.
when we were boxers. This is the same mentality that we would have. I know that you had this. I definitely had this. So when we were the boxers, this was the way that we were then. So I guess that you can transfer this from being the boxer to the coach. You can take this with you. And that's why I feel that, I know this is going to cause maybe many discussions across the world, because that's why I believe the ex-boxers are always going to be a better coach. I believe. That's what I believe. Just
that's a
maybe
50-50.
anyone else doesn't, but I do.
No. I of course, I'm a fighter and I understand. It's a 50-50 because, as I said at the beginning, not all the time, a good boxer can be a good coach, because maybe it doesn't have any leadership or discipline, because I remember, look, I had some teammates that were amazing, athletes in the moment of the competition, but during the training, during any other moments, completely nuts. Okay, they were bringing medals, whatever, but absolutely role model. Don't even think about it. Nothing to say. And about what you said in the ring. So the weakness, because that's what we all also should think to report in our life. We know that when we are a fighter, we go and let's say we are going for the hunt, okay? Until bam, 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 I try. But then when I see that my opponent is showing a moment of weakness, bam, that's where I go all in, because I saw it. So that's what we should remember. If I show my weakness, there is where, my opponents will come and try to eat me alive.
Of course.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
When you smell it, you smell, okay, boom, it's going, and then you go, bam, 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 bam.
You can sense it. Yeah. You sense it inside. You can see there's something happens, almost spiritual. Then it's time to go.
Yes, and that's something that you can understand it if you experience there inside, because it's truly something that you sense. You bam, bam, bam. Then you see that here we go. Now I know that if I push the gas, you are mine. I'm coming for the hunt. That's the killer instinct.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And if you've not been there, you maybe don't know if you can understand this. You don't understand the intangibles of this. Maybe
you can analyze it from outside, probably, but you don't really, you can't explain it, because it's something that really, I can say, because I remember many times, when you see that, I got you, bam, I'm coming, that's exactly how it is, it's exactly how it is. And then you go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, wow, we did 1 hour. We're good together. Yes.
Wow, already. Wow, that was fast.
Yes, absolutely. Okie dokie. So, amazing Alex Arthur, former world champion, and now we don't have the time here to stay and tell all his curriculum, because literally everyone will stop like unfollowing you from social media. No, too much. All right, Alex. So, my brother, thank you very much again for being here, my guest, and talking about a very important topic like tonight, because was the role of the coach. And I can't wait to have you, of course, again next time we are going into Mike. Yes, we need to take Mike.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We need to talk
We
about
can
Mike.
discuss for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me on again, Gab. It was
As
great.
always, big pleasure.
Thank you,
All
brother.
right, guys. So let's say goodbye again to our friend, amazing Alex Arthur, and we will see together. We will leave you now for 20 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever, musichetta, because it's very cool. Yeah, we leave as we arrive. Boom! We're dancing. Yeah. Very good. No coaches, no boxing. The